Good morning, hunters. Welcome back to the Daily Hunt for Multi-Baggers on this Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. We've got a really interesting batch of AI-generated insights to share from yesterday's market activity.
Indeed, Ethan. Our systems were buzzing, flagging quite a few different companies based on social media discussions and trading volumes. We saw a lot of community optimism surfacing, but as always, a healthy dose of caution is needed when diving into these discussions.
Absolutely. Our deep dive today will focus on two companies that really caught our AI's attention: Applied Digital and Poet Technologies. Both show significant potential, but also, some classic speculative elements. The overall sentiment we picked up yesterday was definitely leaning towards a risk-on attitude from the community, eager for big gains.
Which, of course, means we need to temper that enthusiasm with some data-driven analysis and risk management. Let's get into it.
All right, first up, let's talk about Applied Digital Corporation, APLD. Our AI-generated analysis picked up some really bullish sentiment yesterday. Users were celebrating APLD gains posts, garnering a ton of upvotes, with many expressing diamond hands conviction, meaning they're holding for the long term despite volatility. This really resonates with the stock's incredible run from a 52-week low of $3.31 to over 32. Talk about growth potential, right? And the news about their AI pivot and AI infrastructure push as future revenue drivers for 2025-2027, along with being touted as a multi-bagger and best tech stock for the next 10 years, really paints a promising picture.
Well, Ethan, while that sounds fantastic, let's pump the brakes just a little. APLD definitely shows impressive past price appreciation, but when we dig into the KPIs, we see some significant red flags. Their beta is a staggering 7.1, which explains the "got lucky" THB comments. This stock is incredibly volatile. More critically, their net profit margin is a deep negative 1.41, and earnings per share are at negative $1.01. The company is, simply put, currently burning cash.
But Brooke, the strong revenue growth of over 84% shows they're expanding rapidly, and that high price-to-book ratio suggests the market is valuing them on future potential, especially with that AI narrative. That's exactly what we look for in a potential multi-bagger, betting on a turnaround.
Future potential is key, but present unprofitability is a major risk. The debt-to-equity ratio is also quite high at 63.19, indicating significant reliance on debt. One news piece even highlighted CoreWeave hits profitability while Applied Digital burns cash building data centers, which directly contradicts that bullish outlook in the short term. The AI pivot certainly could change these profitability metrics, but it's a huge if.
I hear you on the risk, but the community is clearly betting on that if. The insider buying, though slight, is also a positive signal. Given our previous AI-generated ratings of stay away on November 25th, this shift in community sentiment and the AI pivot news represents a potential upgrade. So, considering everything, our AI-generated insights suggests a buy for APLD, but absolutely with a high degree of speculation.
Speculation being the operative word there.
Moving on, let's discuss Poet Technologies Inc., POET. Talk about community enthusiasm. The $POET YOLO post yesterday had a massive 128 upvotes and 25 comments. Users are jacked to the tits with substantial investments, talking about long legs and expecting an announcement of some sort to send the stock flying. There are even buyout rumors floating around. This is classic high-conviction growth speculation, with users saying it's just getting started. And to back that up, the company has seen phenomenal revenue growth of nearly 80%, plus a huge vote of confidence from insiders with over 5 million net shares purchased and zero sales.
Ethan, while the community is certainly hyped and that insider buying is a strong signal, we can't ignore the fundamentals. Post's net profit margin is at 0% and EPS is at negative 0.71. They are not a profitable company right now. Their price-to-book ratio is a high 9.45, suggesting a stretched valuation for a company that isn't making money. While the AI-focused optical strategy news is certainly positive and could, in theory, improve profitability, it's still a future promise, not a present reality.
But Brooke, that revenue growth and the insider confidence suggests they're on the right path, building for the future. The community believes a major catalyst is coming, potentially shifting those profitability numbers dramatically. Our previous AI-generated ratings have been stay away or speculative gamble for a while, so this surge in optimism and strong insider action indicates a potential reevaluation.
It definitely warrants a closer look, but the risks are significant, especially if those anticipated announcements don't materialize or don't translate into actual earnings. You've got to be extremely comfortable with volatility and potential losses here.
Agreed. Given the strong community sentiment and insider confidence, our AI-generated insight flags Poet as a buy, but this is definitely a highly speculative venture.
So, to recap our AI-generated insights for today, December 10th, investigate as buy? None. Investigate as cautious buy? Applied Digital Corporation, APLD. Investigate as speculative gamble? Poet Technologies, Inc.
And that's our look at the Daily Hunt.
Just a quick reminder before we sign off, this podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. The content is generated by artificial intelligence and does not constitute financial advice.
Listeners should conduct their own research or consult a licensed financial advisor before making investment decisions. We are not responsible for any losses incurred.
The market is a wild place, and knowledge is your best asset.
Thanks for tuning in to the Daily Hunt from Multibaggers. We'll catch you tomorrow.